Utilization of ICT, its impact on the student's learning development. Research problem. What are the different online teaching learning applications used by the teachers in enhancing students' learning development? Research question. 1. What is the mean level of utilization of ICT? 2. Is there a significant effect of the utilization of ICT on students' learning development? According to Anderson, 2013, ICT is a set of techniques and devices based on new technological tools and the different supports and channels of information and communication. Wilson, 2012, discussed that the use of ICT is so widespread in society that classrooms should not be less, and they must ensure that they take advantage of what they can bring us. The educational sector must assume the responsibility of gradually implementing all the technologies that may favor student learning in some way, and ensure that they learn to use them in a world where they are already part of professional life and their social environment. Walter, 2014. Clement, 2014, said that it has been proven that the use of ICT in the classroom increases the motivation of the students, showing more interest and becoming more involved in the areas they study. According to Homer, 2014, ICTs are of great help in developing discernment. John, 2013, discussed that the use of resources as varied as videos, websites, graphics, and games make traditional subjects more interesting. Dewey, 2014, mentioned that the use of ICT in the classroom promotes the student's active and participatory attitude, which is involved in learning and is positioned as the protagonist. Collaboration between students has been enhanced thanks to various digital tools. It is much easier for them to create team projects, cooperate and learn from each other. Nordsman, 2012. Peterson, 2013, disclosed that ICT tools stimulate the development of the imagination, as well as the initiative of all class members. Close communication between students and teachers is encouraged through various channels, more spontaneously and less formally. Clinton, 2014. Dawson, 2015. Aforementioned that digital environments allow real-time updating of all information and resources. Winston, 2014, highlighted that the integration of ICT in the classroom is getting more important as it helps students in enhancing their collaborative learning skills as well as developing transversal skills that stimulate social skills, problem-solving, self-reliance, responsibility, and the capacity for reflection and initiative. The new era of ICT in education should be developed rapidly to an appropriate extent to match the capability of students as well as teachers in educational experience due to the development of new information technology. Rahim, 2012. It is a well-known fact that ICT functions as a powerful tool to support students' collaboration and knowledge building. Dembulassi, 2012. According to Oldman, 2014, the extension of a teacher's duty not only focuses on the acquisition of knowledge and content-specific subjects but on developing students' character. ICT is beneficial when combined with good and proper teaching. He found that teachers who display highly professional characteristics combined with good teaching, including proper utilization of ICT, result in students progressing well in their studies. McBur, 2012. Cooper, 2012, stated that in the world of globalization, it is important for all authorities such as school administrators and related organizations including technical support, to support teachers in adopting ICT in their teaching. Rhodes, 2012, said that information and communications technology, ICT, can impact student learning when teachers are digitally literate and understand how to integrate it into the curriculum. ICT has also become integral to the teaching-learning interaction, through such approaches as replacing chalkboards with interactive digital whiteboards, using students' smartphones or other devices for learning during class time, and the flipped classroom model where students watch lectures at home on the computer and use classroom time for more interactive exercises. Crowell, 2012. Cuban, 2014, mentioned that information and communications technology, ICT, can impact student learning when teachers are digitally literate and understand how to integrate it into the curriculum. Milby, 2015, discussed that when teachers are digitally literate and trained to use ICT, these approaches can lead to higher-order thinking skills, provide creative and individualized options for students to express their understandings, and leave students better prepared to deal with ongoing technological change in society and the workplace. Smith, 2013, said that ICT issues planners must consider include, considering the total cost-benefit equation, supplying and maintaining the requisite infrastructure, and ensuring investments are matched with teacher support and other policies aimed at effective ICT use. According to Roger, 2014, computer technologies and other aspects of digital culture have changed the ways people live, work, play, and learn, impacting the construction and distribution of knowledge and power around the world. Graduates who are less familiar with digital culture are increasingly at a disadvantage in the national and global economy. Weber, 2012, highlighted that the teachers need specific professional development opportunities to increase their ability to use ICT for formative learning assessments, individualized instruction, accessing online resources, and fostering student interaction and collaboration. Clint, 2012, claimed that to ensure the investments made in ICT benefit students, additional conditions must be met. School policies need to provide schools with the minimum acceptable infrastructure for ICT, including stable and affordable internet connectivity and security measures such as filters and site blockers. Turner, 2013, said that ICT can provide diverse options for taking in and processing information, making sense of ideas, and expressing learning. Suleiman, 2020, disclosed that information and communication technologies, ICTs, in all facets of life have become ubiquitous institutions. According to Tejero, 2020, learning development describes work with students and staff to develop academic practices, with the main focus on students developing academic practices in higher education, which assess the progress of knowledge acquired by the means of structural approaches. Learning development defined as a complex set of multidisciplinary and cross-disciplinary academic roles and functions, involving teaching, tutoring, research, and the design and production of learning materials, as well as involvement in staff development, policy-making, and other consultative activities. Holston, 2012. Gosling, 2012, discussed that the learning development movement emphasizes learner development from any prior level of ability. This view is generally opposed to studying skills that represent a remedial education, aiming to bring weaker students up to a set standard. Volpin, 2012, stated that learning development is a systematic process to enhance an employee's skills, knowledge, and competency, resulting in better performance in a work setting. According to Levins, 2013, the goal of learning and development is to develop or change the behavior of individuals or groups for the better, sharing knowledge and insights that enable them to do their work better, or cultivate attitudes that help them perform better. Ulrich, 2013, said that learning is a means to an end, it has a goal. Example goals could be the development of digital capabilities in an analog firm that needs to transform, building analytical capabilities to create more business value through analytics, or simply making sure that everyone gets their mandatory certification in time so they can continue to do their work. Training courses, development programs, online learning, development activities, as well as much more, all fall under the bracket of learning and development. Robertson, 2017. To develop an effective learning development, you should evaluate your existing roles and responsibilities defined in your job descriptions to ensure that they are reflective of what you need people to do. If not, the knowledge and behaviors criteria you set will not deliver the skills required to fulfill the role. Strahan, 2020. Bornfreund, 2014, disclosed that learning development is often categorized in separate domains, such as social and emotional development, cognitive development, physical development and health, and general learning competencies. They are not isolated competencies. Lowenberg, 2014, stated that children are actively learning from the moment they are born. Many of the foundations of learning that are critical to later academic success are established in the first few years of life. Goffin, 2014, disclosed that children begin developing the background knowledge that will enable them to better understand concepts in specific subject areas, such as math and literacy. Jackson, 2014, said that learning development is to both formal and informal education that allows you to expand your skill set to adapt to an ever-changing environment. Research synthesis. The appearance of new technologies in our day-to-day has made it possible for the use of ICT in education to increase considerably in recent years. ICTs have gained great relevance in our environment, having a wide catalog of applications in various sectors such as entertainment, administration, robotics, education, and all kinds of companies. The notable increase in the social use of ICTs and their enormous impact is an aspect that cannot go unnoticed in the world of education. ICT is already becoming a fundamental tool for new teachers and students in the classroom. ICT in education improves engagement and knowledge retention. When ICT is integrated into lessons, students become more engaged in their work. This is because technology provides different opportunities to make it more fun in terms of teaching the same things in different ways. Information and communications technology, ICT, can impact student learning when teachers are digitally literate and understand how to integrate it into the curriculum. Schools use a diverse set of ICT tools to communicate, create, disseminate, store, and manage information. ICT has also become integral to the teaching-learning interaction, through such approaches as replacing chalkboards with interactive digital whiteboards, using students' smartphones or other devices for learning during class time, and the flipped classroom model where students watch lectures at home on the computer and use classroom time for more interactive exercises. Proposed title: Utilization of ICT, its impact on the student's learning development. The general objective is to assess the impact of utilization of ICT in students' learning development. And specific objectives: to identify the different online teaching learning applications used in enhancing students' learning development. To determine the impact of utilization of ICT on students' learning development.